Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That was an Egyptian foxtrot from 1924, written by those famous Egyptian writers, Gus Kahn and Isham Jones. It's called Lady of the Nile. The Nile, not other denials and all that sort of thing. Thank you very much for sticking around for our second set of our tribute to the 1920s. As Mr. DeMille had mentioned, this building you are sitting in right now is the first Art Deco structure ever constructed in Los Angeles. And we're very happy that it's still around for our enjoyment. We'll now continue now with a tune from 1924, one of the most popular songs in the West Coast. In the West Coast, not the East Coast, the West Coast. And it was composed by a couple of gentlemen, one of them who I mentioned before, Herb Wiedoff, the band leader for the Cinderella Roof Ballroom Orchestra, which was right across the street from where we are right now. And also a Gene Rose? That's right. And his trombonist, Jesse Stafford, and the piano player, Gene Rose. This tune is called Oh, Peter, and it was extremely popular back in 1924. And we hope you like it. Here we go. Oh, Peter. Thank you. Called Oh, Peter, You're So Nice. That's from 1924, one of the big hits of that year here on the West Coast and in Southern California. As Mr. DeMille had mentioned before, this restaurant was used as one of the filming locations for the Academy Award winning picture, The Artist. And we're going to play for you a song that was featured in that movie. And this is actually a transcription of a recording done by Red Nichols and his Five Pennies from 1928. It's called Imagination. And so let's see, this was during the scene where Peppy starts her ascent from chorus girl to supporting actress to lead actress to big star. And so you hear this music in the background during that montage. So here we go from 1928, Imagination. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Imagination by Red Nichols and his Five Pennies. The music used for the montage sequence of the award-winning picture, The Artist. Thank you very much. And now, here's a peppier number for you. Peppy. Here's a snappier number for you. And this comes from another great African-American band from Los Angeles, Sonny Clay. And it was his band that called themselves the California Poppies, of which we got his permission through a seance to use his name. Yeah, that's it. Anyway, this is his group, the California Poppies from 1925. This is his version of Jimtown Blues. Hot jazz from LA. Thank you. The Jimtown Blues, originally recorded by Sonny Clay and his California Poppies. We're going to have Karen Morrison come back up to the microphone, sing for you a song recorded by Annette Hanshaw, the great Annette Hanshaw from 1929. This is that wonderful tune called Moanin' Low. Moanin' Low.
I feel too bad. I'm feeling mighty sick and so bad. I feel. I said I'm feeling sick and sore and so afraid. My man don't love me no more. Day out, I'm worrying about those blues. Day I'm worrying about bad news. I'm so afraid, my man, I'm gonna lose. Moaning low, my sweet man, I love him so, though he's mean as can. woman like me. Gonna die if sweet man should pass me by. If I die, where he'll be. He's the kind of man needs a kind of woman like me. Don't know any reason why he treats me so poorly. What have I gone and done? Makes my trouble double with his worries when surely I ain't deserving of none. Moaning low, my sweet man, he's gonna go. When he goes, oh Lordy, he's the kind of man needs a kind of woman like me. Don't know any reason why he treats me so poorly. What have I gone done? Makes my troubles double with his worries when surely I ain't deserving of none. Moaning low, my sweet man, he's gonna go. When he goes, Lordy, that needs a woman just like me.
Karen Morrison, ladies and gentlemen, how about a big hand for her? Let's have another song by her. We're going to do a comic number. It's from 1928, I believe. This is recorded by Vaughn DeLeith. This is about someone with a... Anyway, it's called Giggling Gertie.
It's about that girl. You all know her. The one you hate to invite to the parties. When we're at a party, a get-together party, Gertie is the only one we dread. When she was a baby, a teeny-weeny baby, Gertie must have fallen on her head. That's what I said, right on her head. When you hear somebody laughing, when you look for sympathy, that's giggling Gertie. If you've got a lot of trouble and if someone shouts with glee, that's giggling Gertie. You'd know her if you had seen her. Looks like a laughing hyena. When you hear that cuckoo cackle, then you're ready for a crime. Giggling all the time. What a disposition. There is no intermission. Laughing, laughing, laughing all day long. Sounds so very silly, so awfully daffy-dilly. Something in her noodle must be wrong. It can't be right. It must be wrong. When you're on a boat that's sinking and you hear somebody cry, that's giggling Gertie. If a trolley car should hit you and someone says, "Oh, Mom!" That's giggling Gertie. If you get hit with a derrick, she'd go right into hysterics. Even at the the gates of heaven. She will give this countersign, giggling all the time. When she's out with a soldier, the first thing that you hear, ha 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 ha. When she's out with a sailor, this sound will greet your ear, ha 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 ha. You know who's getting married when you hear this funny cry, ha 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 ha. I can't believe she said that to you. Wait, I've got one. Oh my goodness.
The slightly crazed Karen Morrison. Thank you, Karen. She'll be back later on in the evening. I got another notice for another birthday. Carew. Happy birthday. The one in the gloves. Happy birthday. Many happy returns of the day. And I'd also like to give a special mention. Oh, here's the other note. Here. Now, we had someone who was 90 years old. You're 90. And you would think, she's the oldest person in the room. Wow, you're wrong. No, you're not. You are not the oldest person in the room. There's a young lady named June right up here. She's 95. She's born in 1916, so you're going to be 96. You're going to be 96 this year later on. So born in 1916, which made her a mere teenager in the 1920s. So if you want to know what happened then, ask June. So happy birthday in advance, June. How about a big hand for all our birthday recipients? Yes. Yes. Our nonagenarian. Nonagenarians? Okay. All right. Here's another number recorded by Sonny Clay and his and it's a plantation orchestra. He played at the club in Culver City called the Plantation Club. That was owned and operated by Fatty Arbuckle, and this is a few years after his famous scandal that kind of banned him from motion pictures. Imagine a sex scandal that barred you from motion pictures. Ha ha ha! That's silly. Yes. Anyway, so his friends, including his good friend Buster Keaton, chipped in to help him put up this club in Culver City, and so he ran it for a number of years, and until his death in 1933. And he employed some great musicians, including Sonny Clay. And here he is, Sonny Clay, 1926, with a tune called the California Stomp. Thank you. The California Stomp. Hello, sir. We'll do another Sonny Clay number for you, also from the same year. Incidentally, Sonny Clay employed a young singer who was a native of Los Angeles, and her name was Ivy Anderson. That name doesn't sound familiar to you. She was the main vocalist for Duke Ellington's band for most of the 1930s and early 1940s, but she got her first start with Sonny Clay and the Plantation Orchestra. In fact, little story here, they actually took their band to Australia for a tour, and unfortunately there was such a backlash against having these African-American musicians out there, and there were stories of them mixing with different, now those things go, that they were thrown out of the country, and black musicians, American musicians, were not allowed in Australia until the 1950s, when Louis Armstrong toured there in 1951. So kind of a blot on the jazz history, but that's lots of stories in there. Anyway, but we're going to have another Sonny Clay number for you right now. This is called the Slow Motion Blues. Thank you. The Slow Motion Blues. This is a good time to introduce the members of the orchestra. On trombone, Jim McMillan on trombone. On the trumpet, Chris Tedesco. On clarinet and alto saxophone, Jeff Newdell. On the drums and assorted noises, Larry Wright. Now, if you notice, his drum kit is from the mid-1920s. It has that characteristic landscape drum head, so all the stuff is real old. As not Larry, but just the rest of the drum. Good boy. On guitar and banjo, Denny Hardwick. And on the sousaphone, way back there, Mr. Westy Westenhofer. Well, that's a solo for the day. Thank you. Dance calls in 2 weeks. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to bring back Karen Morrison to sing for you a song recorded by Annette Hanshaw called The Big City Blues.
Just think tonight is Thanksgiving. Everyone's going somewhere. Nobody knows that I'm living. They pass me by. I wonder why. I'm all alone every night. I moan and I fight those big city blues. I walk for miles, place to place. No one smiles to help me chase those big city blues. I'm like a little tot who needs a lot of tenderness and care. All I've got is just a lot of sorrow and despair. Won't someone please talk to me? Don't refuse. Hear my plea and help me lose those big city blues. Each evening at 6 p.m. lights light and I look at them. I'm hoping that some nice person will meet me, greet me, but before I know it, it's 12 o'clock. I feel like jumping right off the dock because I haven't found a person to cheer me. Dear me, no one ever comes near me. I'm all alone every night. I moan and I fight those big city blues. I just walk for miles, place to place. No one smiles to help me chase those big city blues. I want you, please talk to me. Don't refuse. Hear my plea and help me lose those mean old big city blues. That's all.
Once again, a big hand for Karen Morrison. Of course, she uttered the famous Annette Hanshaw line that she ended with each of her recordings, that's all. But for Karen, that's not enough. She's gonna have to sing some more tonight. Nice try. All right, we're gonna do another Egyptian-themed song for you. in honor of the 90th anniversary of the founding or the opening of the Hollywood's Grauman's Egyptian Theater on Hollywood Boulevard. This song is called by the Silvery Nile. Not by the light of the Silvery Nile. No, wrong song. Yes, nice try. From 1922. Enjoy. Thank you. By the Silvery Nile. Kind of has some of an old ragtime feel to it. I'll explain why. It was written by Charlie Johnson, the same fellow who wrote Dill Pickles in 1906. So it's kind of a trying to be hip with the young kids. Anyway, by the Silvery Nile from 1921. Now here's a song that was very popular again on the West Coast in Los Angeles. It's called Deep Elm. It was written by Willard Robeson, although I believe Sonny Clay and Herb Wiedoff had a hand in it. From 1925, here's the dance band arrangement, Deep Elm. Thank you. Deep Ellum Blues by Willard Robeson. Karen Morrison is properly rested, although not properly hydrated. We'll wait. All right, fine, she's ready. She's going to sing a song made popular by the great Sophie Tucker. If your kisses can't hold your man, then your tears won't bring him back. So true, so true. Anyway, she's going to tell the whole sordid tale. Karen Morrison singing If Your that song. Here we go.
And it is a little sordid, so if we have any children in the room, you've been warned. Every time that I hear a woman cry 'cause her man has left her flat, I just feel like saying, don't be such a fool, you fool. Better dry your eyes. Don't you realize that you gain nothing by that? Well, that's no way to keep his heart warm when his love turns cool. What's the use of trying? What's the use of sighing if he's given you the sack? If your kisses can't hold the man you love, then your tears won't bring him back. You might as well be cheerful. No use being tearful if he's wandered off the track. 'Cause if your kisses can't hold the man you love, then your tears won't bring him back. No, listen, if sweet sugar kissing isn't gonna make him halt, now tell me, how do ya hope to bring him to ya with tears of salt? So be a regular fella. Come on, say what the hella. Get his bag and help him pack. 'Cause if your kisses can't hold the man you love, then your tears won't bring him back. And what are you crying for anyway? You might as well be crying for a broken china cup. 'Cause when your red hot papa's steam pipe gets cold, tears won't heat it up. And there's nothing like a weeping wife to drive a man away from home. Laugh, and the world laughs with you. Weep, and you sleep alone. Love is like home cooking. Good and wholesome, but all men like a little piece of mutton on the outside now and then. And if you find out your husband is cheating on you, well, go out and do the same, old dear. I mean, he's only giving you the chance you've waited for years. My goodness, tears won't get you anything, just a shiny red nose. So go on, paint up, powder up, put on your swellest clothes. Go out and make whoopee. Men, you'll get 'em by the score. Neglected wives should worry. That's what God made sailors for. Don't cry for him or chase him. Just go out and replace him with some good-looking Tom, Dick, or Jack. 'Cause if your kisses can't hold the man you love, then your tears won't bring him back.
A sad, sad tale. But someone had to say it. Well, Care, how about another one? Here, another one along that same line. Yes, yes. Well, you know that Sophie Tucker, she can really get away with saying hells and damns way back then, and because she was Sophie Tucker. And we can too because we're not Sophie Tucker. I don't know what quite sure. Yeah, that's right, Broadway. Well, she's gonna sing another song called Ain't That Too Ain't That Too Bad? And sort of a similar theme here. It's nice. You explain it.
Women were nuts in the 20s, weren't they? Wise men say there's just one way to heaven, but wise men may be wrong once in a while. 'Cause I'm on my way right now, and I realize somehow that the way I found is great, that's why I smile. Oh, I'm in love and I'm so glad, he's the sweetest boy I've had, and he loves me, ain't that too bad? I'm so short, he's so tall, he's just made for me, that's all. He's heavenly, ain't that too bad? He thinks that I'm just right in every bite and told me he was wealthy. What a break, for goodness sake, the man's both rich and healthy. No one knows where he goes every night in dinner clothes, excepting me, ain't that too bad? Is it any wonder that I'm all excited? Is it any wonder that I wear a smile? I'm as happy as can be. Take a look at me and see. I found out what makes life really worthwhile. He just said yes, ain't that too bad? Every day for a week. Oh, can't you tell, can't you guess? Swirling pool of happiness. He just said yes, ain't that too bad? Every day for a week, I've been hoping mine would speak. Delayed success, ain't that too bad? I just can't wait till we are married. Gee, for weeks and weeks I planned it. Anything should happen now, I don't think I could stand it. He said yes, well of course, after I get my divorce. That's applesauce, ain't that too bad?
Karen Morrison, Ain't That Too Bad? We have time for a few more numbers right now. This last slow number is a waltz. In case you're looking for a waltz, here we go. This one was composed in Oh, there they go away. Goodbye. They're not waltz people. This tune is from 1920. It was written primarily as a promotional tool for the state of California, promoting the clean open air and orange orchards all around, and no freeways, or maybe that was a non-issue back then. Anyway, this song is called California Sunset, and from the year 1920. California sunsets. And it has. Thank you all so very much once again for attending our Broadway Empire evening. We hope to see you again very, very soon. Again, to remind you that our Johnny Holiday program will be on October 12th, and our Halloween show with the theme of the motion picture The Shining. Ooh. It's going to be on Halloween, and we will have access to the penthouse. So get your tickets. It sells out quickly. And of course, next Sunday is Richard Halpern and his Hollywood Cavalcade. We're going to finish off with a hot tune from 1926, recorded by Abe Lyman and his Ambassador Hotel, his Coconut Grove Orchestra. And he held court at the Coconut Grove with the late great Ambassador Hotel in the mid-20s. And this is one of his hottest numbers from 1926. It's called, what's it called? Oh yeah, that's right. It's called Shake That Thing. Very memorable.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dean Mora'S, California Poppies. Say folks, it's been a night at the Cicada Club. We hope you've enjoyed our little trip back to the 1920s, courtesy of Dean Mora'S, California Poppies, and the ravishing Gail Morrison, and our special guest, the lovely Jennifer Richardson. We hope to see you all next time when we bring you the finest in music. here at the Cicada Club. In beautiful downtown Los Angeles, California, America's greatest summer playground.